go.
Yeah, bro.
We're live?
Yeah, we're live.
We are
bro.
live. Yes, we're live. All right. Welcome to Red and Black TV. We're back again. Round 26. Season's done, but it's not just yet over. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Normally you introduce us, bro.
Yes, we've got Malta,
Your host Malta and Banana.
KJ. We've got the big man, Georgie. Sorry about that.
Bring back Stas.
Get him back.
Where are you, Stas?
Hey,
Oh, come on.
There you go.
Yeah, what do you reckon about the game, mate? 3-2.
Well, is this how we're going to roll?
Straight into it.
All right.
Why not? I hate the fuck spiders.
How's everyone? First and foremost.
I think you should start with Malta, bro.
Malta? We're going, oh, yeah.
After Friday night.
After Friday night, you come to
It's
grips
only
with
been
yourself?
like, what, 2 days?
Yeah.
It's been emotional 2 days. I think every single supporter's like gone through the range of what might happen, all that sort of stuff.
Happening.
What might happen, all that sort of stuff. It's just, this week's going to drag, eh?
You reckon?
This week's going to drag, man. Like, it's going to... Saturday's going to take forever to come, and then...
It's been 2 days already.
2 days.
It's been 2 days already. They've gone pretty quick, I reckon.
I don't even know what day of the week it is.
Yeah, let's go with
Georgie, 8 p.m, mate.
Let's go with Georgie a bit. Georgie.
Georgie, a lot of people saying, like, welcome
Sorry,
back, bro,
welcome
all that
back.
stuff,
Yes,
yeah.
welcome back. Tough week for you, man. It was.
Yeah,
Obviously-
So I don't know if obviously if people don't know, my mother passed away on Monday.
May she rest in
due to
peace.
Ovarian cancer, 5-year battle. I want to give a shout out to like all of her doctors, all of her nurses that have been helping her throughout her time. I want to thank Liverpool Hospital as well as the Fairfield Braeside as well for taking care of her. But also I want to give a special shout out to the Wanderers Club as a whole. The amount of support that I've got from all the staff, from the CEO, down from even membership, all the players, all the coaching staff, including the gaffer himself, who I received a personal message from. So I really want to thank you, Marco, for taking even just that little time to send that message. It does mean a lot, and I was able to go down to training. I guess a day or after Anzac Day to personally thank him. So I really want to thank everyone for all the messages that I've been getting from everyone here. If it wasn't for RBTV, I guess I probably wouldn't have had the reach that I was able to get with fans and other members involved. And yeah, as I said, I want to thank everyone. So
Well said.
Georgie.
Very well said. I know the sentiments were throughout the clubs on Wednesday because I think I missed you by probably about an hour or so. And yeah, when I got to the club on Wednesday, they were very much everyone sort of knew what had happened and they'd reached out. And I bumped into your favourite, Yenny, and spoke to him a little bit, and he said he reached out and he had the video as well. Yeah. And it would have been a tough week, and then leading into Friday, and then obviously our fate was sealed for the finals.
Yeah.
Friday night we did the watch along. Georgie, I don't know how much of you caught of the game.
I was at the Crown at Parramatta watching it with a few of the other.
What was the atmosphere like there?
Well, when we went 1-0 up after Barella, it was like mayhem. It was like it crapped all over Parramatta's performance on that Friday night against Newcastle. But and then obviously getting that draw, then coming back with 2-1, and then unfortunately getting the loss. But at the end of the day, you got to remember, and this is where I think a lot of people need to realise and wake up to themselves, is that we haven't played finals for 7 years. All right? Mm-hmm. This is a club that has been through the worst of the worst as what you can get as a club, right? We're playing Australian Cup next year without having to qualify for it.
Yep.
So there is another potential route to play in Asia.
Yeah.
Okay? You have a team like MacArthur who barely get 1,000 fans playing Asia Cup next year.
Yep.
Which is absolutely disgraceful.
100%, Georgie.
But all in all, we're playing finals. Rudin has done an amazing job so far. Obviously, they know what they need to do. And the derby's probably, I guess, as an A-League fan, as an Australian football fan, it is the most fitting of games to have in a final series. it could have been a grand final, but obviously it's an elimination game now. Whatever we did during the 26 weeks counts for nothing now. It's whoever turns up on the day and delivers it. Simple as that.
Brand new competition, right?
That's it.
Brand
We'll
new
get into the stuff there, but like going back to the game, the 3-2 against City, the lineup. Any surprises? Any issues? Pretty much same lineup as the week before, which was total domination.
Got the job done the week before.
Yeah. Oh, having looking at it now, and after hearing about the yellow cards situation and all that,
You and half.
and I think there's a few other players that were hesitant to fucking make a tackle.
Yep.
Because I think if we go to Melbourne City's first goal, Tilio, which he pretty much just ran directly straight through the middle, straight through the guts, and you could see Neuenhoff didn't want to touch him.
I remember you in the live, when we were watching it live, you're like, why didn't you just pull him down?
Yeah, and
like,
then
just pull him down.
Later on after the game, I realised
like-
he was on a...
He was on,
Yes,
seven yellows.
With that in mind, would you have started Neuenhoff or what?
I wouldn't have.
Should have started Bozanic.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have started Neuenhoff. Not knowing what next week brings, I would have been like, mate, sit on the bench, have a breather. We have the depth.
That's true.
That's the thing. We have the depth, and if I'm Bozanic or if I'm one of the other midfielders going, shit, I still can't get a start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? And Bozanic didn't do that bad when he came on. I felt like if he had started the game, anything could have happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, do you really like what happened if Neuenhoff made a silly challenge and then misses?
Look, there's two ways you can see it. Like, you raise that point, Kev. It's a good way. Like, at that moment, we all said bring him down, bring him down. A lot of players would have brought him down in Callum's situation. And as a result, you would be missing the derby.
Yeah.
So, like, what's frustrating?
And then you don't concede, right?
Exactly. So it's like you can't win in that situation, you know? That's what I'm saying. Like, I get, and we said here, let's play our strongest team. Don't risk any injuries, stuff like that. So I get playing him for momentum, but yeah, if he's gone out with instructions, do not get a yellow at all cost, then you don't play him.
I think even with that instruction, he would have known in the back of his head, right?
Oh, sure,
he would have been like, I can't copy yellow today because if I copy yellow today, I miss the finals.
Conscious kicks in.
Yeah, right. And then
right.
you're like, you've played the whole season, and then imagine that. Imagine missing out week one of the finals.
You'd
You'd be like,
as
fuck.
well.
And then it ends up being a derby as well. You'd be kicking yourself, but
Mate,
hindsight's a wonderful thing sometimes.
Correct.
And then you go, hey, but you know what, Rudin. I don't want to skip too far forward, but in his press conference after the game, he was very confident. Like, he was like, it is what it is, and we'll be fine, and we're looking forward to next week. And he didn't really blink an eye. He didn't really bat an eye and go, oh shit, it's Sydney FC. As far as he's, in his head, it sort of looks like, well, fuck, we're gonna go out there and smash him.
Yeah,
That's his mentality. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen. I'm just saying that's his mentality.
Yeah.
And he seemed very confident about it. And if he takes that confidence and the players do, you just never know. But back to the lineup, the starting lineup, that was probably the only change I would have made.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That one. And you know what? I thought about it. And I don't know what happened to Klook because I know he went down with the team, but I think he might have got injured in the warm-up because he was originally on the bench. And then they brought in Wilmering.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see Klook get a game because he hasn't had enough games. And if we need him, it would have been good for him to at least get a game before the finals, what I mean, to get back into the rhythm and things. But
So what I was actually, now they brought up Klook's situation. So I actually, when I was at training, I got told that Klook came back from his Achilles too early.
Okay.
So it's an Achilles issue. So he obviously tried to play with the squad during training, obviously the last couple of weeks. But he believes that he's come back too early. So that's obviously the issue. And Achilles is one of those injuries you obviously don't want to come
rush
back
it
too early from. And so that's, I guess, the primary reason behind that.
But they're the only changes I would have looked at.
Yeah, I think we saw that lineup and we're like, yeah, fair enough. No issues with that whatsoever.
Yeah, imagine smacking Wellington 4-0 the week before and next week you're getting hooked.
Yeah.
Like, how would you feel
can't.
about it? Unless it was necessary, you know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
I know you guys are talking about that, but I want to talk more about the game. I want to talk about just. I know in the end it was really a dead rubber. All right, just if you wanted to really finish second, have the week off, which I don't think from what I heard, our boys didn't really want to have the week off. They just want to keep going, keep playing. They don't want to have a week off because they know how they go when they have a week off.
It would have been nice, but
It would have been nice, all right, just to finish second, all right.
Yeah.
But 4, I'll take it. It's not the best,
100%,
but I'll take it. You know, it's a big change from last year, from the team we had, all the changes
for
coming
sure.
in.
And fourth was worst case. Like it
Worst case scenario.
Yeah,
that was
You couldn't
like
get any-
worst
you couldn't
Even
get
if
any
we lost
further.
7-0, we're
So
fourth.
what
Yeah,
what
exactly.
eventuated was like the worst case scenario.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Only negative I'm going to take out of the game. Yeah, we lost, all right. Well, whatever, big deal. It was a rubbish game anyway, pretty much for the first half. Only negative I want to take out of the game is our players sitting back and not attacking like what when they're attacking. You know what I mean? Like Melbourne City have the ball, and our players like they're letting him run forward instead of pressing him and trying to make him to make a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was happening all game. It was like the whole game they were just watching them come forward.
Yeah.
Like, they were backing off. You can't do that against this team. Like if you're going to go into the finals and you're going to play like that, that's going to be in your that's going to be in their head now. You know what I
We
mean?
showed him
Like,
too much respect, Banana.
way too much respect for Tilio. I understand. Like don't get me
He's
wrong.
a gun.
He's a weapon of a player. But you keep showing that much respect that he's gonna punish you.
he did.
He's not gonna
That-
show you no respect.
Yeah.
That third goal, Marcelo just backed off him.
But
Oh, yeah.
But that's what I'm
Even the
saying.
first, yeah.
But the first goal, all right, all right,
First goal, yeah.
all right.
Neuenhoff.
Neuenhoff didn't want to tackle him because of the yellow cards. It's a situation. But
But he still makes it to the
he
6
still
yard.
ran into the
Exactly.
18-yard box and got pretty much to the penalty spot.
Yeah.
And
no one closes him down.
what was it? Marcelo and what's his
Marcelo.
name?
Traore.
Mircea and I'm not really Traore, but Mircea and our two centre backs
Sat off.
Yeah.
still backed off and pretty much let him shoot.
Yeah. Marcelo put his leg out. That was it.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird. It's pretty weak, man, if you ask
and,
me.
And coming from Marcelo, who's probably, we obviously know what caliber of player he is. He got made look like he was an under-18s player.
Oh, at the
Pretty
moment,
much.
100%.
But that happened.
I don't want to say
like
that about
statues,
him,
bro.
but that's what it felt like half the time.
That's what happened in the third goal too.
So
Not just the third goal. I'll go into their second goal as well. Melbourne City's second goal. All right, we scored, and then not even 30 seconds, 20 seconds later,
Yeah.
30
we
seconds
completely
later,
switched off.
concede.
Switched off, still fucking celebrating in our head.
Yeah. And look what happened.
And bang, we win 20 seconds, we're pegged back again. Well, not pegged back, but we're back on level terms.
Yeah. But you raised the point, and that's the most frustrating thing. And this is why I generally think it was Ruden's instructions, Banana, to sit off, because the week before against Wellington, we didn't do that. We came in the podcast and praised them that the intensity of closing down the opposition was there. And then this Melbourne City game, you're right, we just sat off, we sat off. But this is where I'm torn, yeah? This is where I'm torn. So we sat off the first half. We were all pretty critical watching. I think everyone who watched it said it was a bit iffy the first half. But at saying that, we went half-time against the champions 1-0 up.
Yeah, we had
Like,
one. We had
you gotta say it was
one or
effective.
two chances, and then we took
Exactly.
It. Yeah.
So sitting back, well, yes, it's not the most entertaining thing. It's not the most positive thing. At that time, it was effective. 1-0 up against Melbourne City. Like, the score doesn't lie.
Oh, we did score fucking, 2 minutes before the break.
We did, but that's it. And
But
then
it's still a 1-0 lead.
yeah, and then the second half was really the first 15 minutes was that was stressful.
But what really got me frustrated even more was this the whole playing from the back and trying to go forward. They were high pressing us the whole time. I didn't care. Build the ball upfield. Even if you get
boot him up, make him
beat up,
restart.
make them reset their lines, make them reset their positioning rather than playing all this like tiki-taka bullcrap from the back. You can do it against certain teams who don't press as well as what City does. But in that situation where you're playing an opposition who are, they're 3-time premiers for like there's a reason behind it.
Yeah.
It's not a fluke.
It's not a fluke. This is a team that I don't think we'll ever see again in Australian football for a very long time.
oh yeah,
In terms of
Three-peat.
quality.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I'll probably get George. I mean, I'll probably even go. I've got both of you. Got both of you here. So I'll probably even go as far as in saying it's a better team than the Brisbane Roar team.
I was gonna say Raw had a dynasty.
Nah, I disagree.
longevity, yeah, but
I
quality
disagree.
versus quality, I don't know.
I don't know. I reckon that were better. I reckon this team's
There's
better.
a couple of things you got to take into consideration. Why I agree with Banana.
reckon this one's just better.
With City. City have had multiple different managers and managed to get the same results, right? And they've turnover of players. So to be able to do that, you got to know that something in that core of the club is right.
Yeah.
Because the moment Postecoglou left Brisbane,
kind
it wasn't the same.
All fell apart.
It all fell apart. So you got to look and go, shit, Melbourne City are doing something right. They've had Kisnorbo. Who was before Kisnorbo?
They had the French.
They had I forgot his name.
They had
the Pommy guy. He done well. He won the championship too.
Yeah, and then they had the French manager as well.
And then they had Kisnorbo, and now they've got. I know Kisnorbo left, and now they've got
Rado Vidicic.
But Kisnorbo has left a blueprint of
Yeah, exactly.
how the club's meant to run.
Yeah.
And Rado hasn't steered clear from it. He's staying on that path, and that's it.
But
He hasn't changed anything.
But you look at that kind of situation, whereas you look at Sydney FC, right? You look at the Corica, like obviously Corica taking over Arnold. Corica had the success from what Arnold developed for at least 3 years post his 2-3 years after. But you look at Corica right now in terms of Sydney FC where they're at. They're not that same team as what we remember.
Well, if
terms of
I know we're
tactics and all
talking
that.
about this now, but I'm saying
But
if Corica had that, Arnie handed his book down to him back in
Correct.
the next year, following year, and he won everything. Yeah,
That's it.
Correct.
And then I think he's gone and saying, I can probably do without Arnie's book.
And look what happened.
And he's gone and he's completely
Correct.
fucked it up.
Yep.
A question here: do you reckon City's success is just because they have the money? They have more money than anyone.
City, like,
City, Melbourne City.
well, we've got money, but look where we've been in the last
Yeah, good
6
point.
years.
Hang on. Saying that, do they really have some superstars in their team?
No.
Like massive superstars? Like
No.
Oh, McLaren.
McLaren, yeah, all right. But I'm saying all over the park.
No,
they
no,
don't.
no.
Most of their team is coming from their academy team.
Yeah.
Like Celine, their backline in the midfield, I think that's from their academy team.
Correct.
Yeah. With
Am I
the,
wrong?
with the exception of McLaren, Naboo, and Lecky.
Yeah.
Even
like-
Naboo's not a really
Oh,
superstar.
I want to rate Renault.
No, but like,
Oh, when he's on.
But you're right, Lecky, McLaren, absolutely.
Lecky, McLaren.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the front three. McLaren, Lecky, Naboo. There's not many front threes in the A-League that beat that front three.
Even their number 10, I wouldn't rate him as the best fucking midfielder. The French guy, what's his name? He starts with a B. Oh, I'm probably wrong with that too, but
Bonjour.
obviously you know who I'm talking
not
about.
the Barisha. Not Barisha.
No.
The other
There's another guy. He's a French guy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been there for a couple of seasons now.
Okay.
He's not some massive superstar, but he plays well in that system that they've got.
So I don't think it does come to money. Money plays a part, don't get me wrong. But then look at Central Coast. They have probably
They got
the
no
smallest budget and top two.
They got the
They finished
very-
second. They're going to Asia next season.
They probably haven't even reached the budget.
Yeah.
You know what
They
I mean?
haven't
Like
spent the cap.
The salary
That'll be
cap, they
minimum.
haven't even probably reached it.
Because they're going
And
to
look
spend
at
a
them. They're
minimum
playing
cap.
fantastic
That's
football.
it. Yeah, so I don't think money.
I think it comes down to management within our junior ranks and the way the system is run as
100%.
well.
What was his name?
Shout out to Bailey.
Bailey
Bailey,
Parcell.
yeah, $20.
$20.
He goes, Georgie, hope you're doing well, man. That's from Bailey.
That's from
Thank
Bailey,
you.
Shout
mate.
out to Bailey.
Thank you, Bailey. I'm doing well as I can be, and go from there.
Cheers, Boz Black.
Osberg, good to see you.
Oh,
Boss.
God.
Good.
Oh,
he's
Suck
Boss
for
Black.
Kev. Wow.
This is a piss
Black.
take. $5
For
you tied
For
us.
everybody at home.
Kev's worth more than $5.
But hang on, for everybody at home, I'm slowly working my way in.
So he's gonna be over there
Wait
in
till
the-
he takes Stoss's seat to be the best. Probably for the best.
Thanks, guys.
But nah, like, yeah, look, I don't know. Back to the game, like, it's just one of those things that I think my biggest issue after the game, and I saw both sides, is at 2-2 would have suited us. We would have finished third. Yeah, some people would be upset we're not versing Sydney, but whatever. But we're finishing third, we're all right. Was that communicated to the players? Or were the players straight away gone, we need to win this to finish second?
They would know the scenario, man.
Do you reckon they would have known it live?
You know what?
Especially with subs going on.
No, hang on.
They
I
would
don't know, bro.
They were up
If
to,
they-
Central Coast was up 3-0.
You know what I reckon? I reckon honestly, if they really wanted second, we would have played a lot different than we did on Friday.
We wouldn't have
night.
held back in the first half.
They wouldn't have been sitting
Would have
back.
gone at
They
it?
would have been. They would have
go
gone
hard.
at it.
Yeah, they would have
But
gone
we all said first half, we're all whinging and fucking moaning. Oh, how they playing like it's boring, blah blah blah. But then again, probably even the draw was a good scenario for us.
For us,
too.
it was, yeah. 2-2,
So
it's all right.
a draw and a loss was either way. It's a good scenario for us.
Yeah, wasn't it like
the win would have been all right. Hectic. What have
with
we
10
got?
minutes to go? I think you said or Boz said, and then the watch along was like, why don't they just sit there and pass the ball around like this? It's dead at Tool.
Yeah.
At Tool, everyone gets what they need, sort of thing. Why don't you
But
just
that's
knock
my
it
issue.
about?
Was that communicated to the players?
I think with subs going on and Central Coast taking a massive lead well before they went on, I think they would have known. They would have known the scenario. You got to be.
Maybe it's something I can ask tomorrow.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Potentially
Maybe,
ask
yeah.
a couple of people.
Or maybe Rudin goes, you know
Give you a
what,
little bit
like,
of feedback.
let's send a message out. Let's actually go for the win, and if we concede, we concede. But
But it didn't look like that.
not-
I don't think.
For the win,
No, I'm talking about the
It was-
last 10 minutes, 20 minutes sort of thing.
Oh, God, that didn't happen either.
I think like that, yeah. The way we committed so many people forward for that last
No,
move,
that
you're like,
was
fuck,
just that.
come
that-
on, seriously?
And then what really got me, and I'll keep on harping it on, that ball. Yes, it kind of was a little bit behind Yengi, but regardless of him slipping over, all he needed to do was just tap it on for Bozanic, and that would have been a goal.
We've got to get him bigger studs.
I was going to say,
He always falls over. How do
Mate.
you fall over? Like
every game.
I don't get it. Hell,
He's
it's always him too.
He's the
Hell.
only one that's. I'm telling you, and I've been saying this from after the first derby, right after the World Cup break. He's a Beanie 2.0.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, come on.
he's a bit more effective
Okay,
than
that
the
far. He's a
Beanie,
bit more
bro.
effective.
Come on.
He scored some
He
derby
scored
goals.
some decent goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. A Beanie did that as well, not with us, but obviously with previous clubs.
Oh, but
Sydney
he
was
was
a
good
goal.
then, bro. When he came to us, he just completely flopped.
I agree. Yengi played rubbish this game. I didn't even realise he was on.
I just think Yengi's head's not in with us. I don't know whether it's because of him moving from Adelaide to Sydney specifically in terms of he doesn't have anyone else that he knows in.
Maybe it could
Maybe
play
the
a part.
rumours are true that he might be.
No,
his head's
he's
turned.
not. He's not going
just
nowhere.
Okay, but why would you? Okay, but question for you. But why would he then go on another team's podcast?
Where?
He was
Yeah, it's the Newey Jets.
Newey
podcast.
Jets
He did-
podcast.
Yeah, but he's not going. Joy. He's not.
I- I- doesn't
matter.
He's not going. He's not going.
I think that's a difference. I think that's that's more of helping the A-League podcast.
Yeah,
grow,
you
I
like
think
to
that's
see
more
The scene,
that's-
yeah, the
the
podcast
scene, like because there's and I'm on the Football Capital as well, and we get different. From time to time, we get opportunities to talk
Yeah,
to
you
different
got Alex
players.
Brosky. What's
We had
going on there, mate?
We had
What's
Brosky
happening
on
there?
there. Friend of a friend of a friend. You know what I mean? But look, Yengi, he didn't have his best game, right? But
That's true.
Regardless, like Yengi at fault and the 6 other players that committed forward, boys just manage the game.
Even
Manage
Boz
the
pointed-
game.
See, but
Boss-
that's the thing, boys.
Boss
Like,
pointed that out. Why did they go so far up front where when they broke Melbourne,
was there.
there was no one. There was literally no one in the middle.
that's the
Yeah.
midfield job. That's someone has to drop back. But that's the thing. Like, we need to find that balance. We're criticising them in the first half because they sat back, and now we're saying
Because
they're
there's
too
not-
naive in pushing
but
forward.
there was 90 minutes to win a game. At that point, there was 3 minutes left.
But if we scored that goal, we're like, yeah, boys,
Malta-
get
But
positivity.
the results done because Central Coast they're already 4-1 up.
That's what I mean. I don't think it was communicated to
Ah, it
players.
has to be, man.
I don't think that's what I'm saying.
They can't be. You can't be
Malta.
that-
You're pushing forward, yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's got to be you're going.
Some
forward.
midfield has to drop.
There's some midfield that's
Yeah.
got to be there to just in case.
Yeah.
The counter breaks
I
just
agree
like
with
it
that.
broke, and
Yeah.
there was literally no one in the middle, bro.
It's just
No
a
one.
fine line, bro. We're saying this compared to saying if we scored that goal, oh, look at that. Everyone pushing forward. They wanted this win. It's going into the finals. It's just a fine line, bro.
If Adelaide and Central Coast were at a draw, I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't blame
But
them.
it was
They
done. A
went
win's
for the
not gonna
win because
change.
they want to finish second,
Yeah.
right? But if they had a draw, but surely somebody would have said, "Hey, guess what, guys? Central Coast are winning 2-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
This is going to be a mountain for us to climb.
That's it.
Let's make sure we get a result."
At that moment, whether we win
that-
or whether we draw, it's the
Yeah,
same.
whatever, right? So they're like, all right, cool. So they go out there, they do it. But I think
Yeah.
still, in general, managing the match, it's important. Imagine that wasn't a dead rubber in a sense. Imagine
Yeah.
that's the semi-final and you make that mistake mentally.
Yeah.
You imagine that was it. Imagine that
You'd be
was
filthy, yeah.
Imagine that was a
Or
derby,
if it was
Yeah.
battling for the Premier's place.
Yeah. You'd be filthy.
right? Yeah, anything, whatever. I don't know. I mean, look, it's too much to harp on
There
now.
was
I
a
think it's done.
There was
It's
a
done.
lot
Yeah.
of what ifs, but the season's over. Like in terms of regular season, it's done. We'll
get there,
for me, it's for me, like I said, top 4. So that's a nod to my prediction.
Yeah.
So
I will talk about it, but a lot of people are saying is Milanovic.
Yeah, he was.
great
He
player.
played well.
Great player.
Oh, he gives 110 every time
Mate,
he comes on.
to score that goal, like Barolo's penalty, I don't know what that was. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
I'd actually,
what was that, bro?
I'd actually start him
Who?
against Sydney.
Milanovic?
Yep.
Who you dropping?
Who are we dropping? That's
Milos.
right.
We're going on this later, but
Hang
who
on,
you dropping,
wait,
George?
we'll go.
We're here. Yeah.
Who you dropping?
Who you dropping?
I said Milos.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Nikovic
Yeah,
Ninkovic.
Put him on the bench.
in the
Wow.
derby.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that too much, but yeah, we'll talk about. But yeah, like to score that goal from a corner, from a penalty miss, like you have to be running in there, and you know
Credit.
You know
credit
what?
to him.
that's what I mean. Credit
You
to
know
be the
what?
first one.
There's a lot of players that don't do that these days. Where someone takes a penalty and like obviously the keeper saved it, and
jogging.
there's another player who runs in, has got his eye on the ball, and he was there. He's that player. So credit to him for getting onto the end of that ball and getting it in, hitting it over the keeper, because the keeper was literally fucking 30 centimeters from the ball, pretty much.
He could have even missed him and
Could have rebounded off him and bounced back and
whatever. Yeah, I think look in that scenario with the goalkeeper. Like I think, being critical of the goalkeeper, I know he made the save, but he could have made that save a little bit better, pushed it out a bit wider.
It wasn't a great penalty.
Right? It wasn't a great penalty.
Terrible penalty.
I don't even know how he dropped the ball. Like,
I mean,
Barella didn't even hit that hard.
I think Glover's hands just got like a little bit
in a weird
wayward,
position.
out of position.
Yeah.
And I think it just sort of got a little bit far out in front of him, and then.
But
Milanovic,
smart to finish it off, Milanovic, because we were all like, "Fuck, you missed the penalty! Fuck yes, he scored!"
Like, watch the reactions.
Mate, when he scored, the pub exploded.
Yeah.
Did it all calm down about 36
And
seconds?
then before you took your seat, George.
I didn't even get a chance to sit down. I literally, and then I saw him score. I'm like, and then it turned into a freaking. And I hate to say this word, but it sounded like a funeral.
Yeah,
Once they scored the second.
It was like the soul just sucked out of the joint.
Oh, he was here too.
I remember. Boss was sitting there. I'm like, boss, it's all right, man. We're up 2-1. I looked at. Make that 2-all. Make that 2-all.
They hadn't even finished celebrating in the next minute.
It's just like Mark Goldbridge all over again. And, you say that bloody about Burnley. I can't be saying that about bloody Burnley when they just scored. It's like, you kind of go, you praise your team for the effort that they put in. And you know what? Honestly, that felt like, and credit to everyone that travelled down.
Oh, yeah, good numbers, eh?
So, like, I was meant to go down.
Yeah.
I had everything booked.
Yeah.
And then,
Whatever
she kicked
happened.
the bucket. Like, I hate to say it, but, one more week. But anyway.
It would have been the derby. It would have been derby, George.
At least it's in Sydney.
One more week.
Georgie.
No, you're right. Yeah, it was good to see a couple. We had decent numbers down there. It was good to see. Just unfortunately, the result didn't go that way.
That's all right. We've got another trip in a couple of weeks.
Don't
do that.
All right. Well, you want to go to it?
Right.
Obviously, that meant we got Sydney.
How do you feel about that, Malta?
Yeah, you were fucking depressed.
I didn't want him.
We should
Straight
post
up.
a photo up of Malta.
I was sitting down, eh?
He was fucking.
I had to sit down. Like, I'm not going to, like, straight on prove. I felt like crying. Because, like, the emotions, you just don't know. Like, I know Stoss
I was
wanted
so confused
Sydney.
when you were saying you want to cry. Like, cry about what?
Honestly, because, like, it was only 10 minutes after kickoff, but everything went through my head. A last minute winner.
Scenarios.
Last minute we're going to concede. It was just, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
Anxiety. It's anxiety.
It's nervous. It's anxiety, bro.
Yeah.
It is. And, like, I'll be honest, me and Boss said it, we don't want Sydney. Stoss wanted them, and, like, it's if we had Wellington, no way would be as cheat up as this.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm like caught in between. Like it still hasn't hit me yet. Like we're playing him this week in the finals. Like, because I don't know, I'm used to not playing finals. So plus we're playing them on top of it as well.
Yeah. I think Boz would want me to say this because he was very adamant about it on Friday night. His opinion was the chapter with Sydney this season was closed. Yeah. It was done. It was 2-1.
There was no need to go back.
Well, that's how I feel, because I feel like we beat them the first game. They beat us the second game. Final chapter was at their game, at their ground. Then we pummeled
and that's
them,
it. And the book was closed.
Yeah.
Now it's reopened.
Now we've reopened the book.
We're giving them a chance.
Right? Not only have we given them the chance, but a chance for us to knock them out or them to knock us out. That's what
scares me.
That's ending the season type shit.
It's the highest of highs or lowest of lows. No in between. That's it.
If we do let's say if the scenario based, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen. But let's say we go out there and absolutely smash them again 4-0.
Okay, I like this one.
3-0
right?
or
3-0, 4-0, like hammering. It will be the greatest night ever.
Mate.
I'm not going home.
I'm with Banana. I don't know. We're going to end up somewhere.
I'm not going home.
I'm chasing Banana around. Don't worry, we'll go somewhere. But
Me?
Mate, if you're partying, I'm partying.
I'm going to put it out there, guys.
Here we go.
If we score more than 2 goals, I've got an empty house. For better, come over.
We're not doing that, bro. Come on, bro. It's your mum's house, Malaka. What are you doing?
It'll be mine soon. It'll be mine soon.
George, after party at George's.
After party at mine.
But then the fucking, if something like that happens to us, like, good luck making it home.
A lot of people say, imagine it goes to penalties.
No,
that. If it's penalties, would you have it down an RBB end?
Listen,
Bro,
No, yeah, absolutely.
that great
Listen,
wiggle is going to
penalties-
fucking do my head in.
apparently you can't do that anymore.
When does that
You
come
can't do
into
that.
You can't do the wiggle
When is it in
anymore.
effect? But
I think it's already in effect.
It's
You
in
can't do
effect
it.
now, as
It
of
is?
now.
Yes,
Cool,
I'm
cool,
pretty
cool,
sure it is. You can't do it.
You can't do the wiggle. So you have
no
to
wiggle.
you have to stay like in your center, or you can just do like hand motion, but you can't like jump
can't,
around
yeah.
like a
Can't
soon
jump
they're
around
going to
like
make
a
the
dickhead.
keeper turn around and face the crowd soon. Because he can't fucking jump on the
Start doing the
spot. He
Boston.
can't move.
Start
His
doing
legs,
the Boston.
his legs
Yeah,
got to be
do
on
the
the thing. Fucking, they're making it impossible for keepers to save these
I
things.
honestly,
penalties,
I
bro.
hate penalties. I hate, like, not just for my team. I just hate watching it in general. I just hate watching penalties. Yeah, fucking
I don't even want to think of it.
yuck, bro.
I don't even want to think of penalties,
Yeah,
bro.
we're not mentioning that.
I don't even want to think
What is it? What do you mention? What?
I don't even know.
If Wanderers win, we're at Sefton's.
I've been a set for
George is
years.
there regardless.
George, you know, you let us in. You're the main the Hall of Famer there.
I'm
Nah,
big
man.
spender.
Big spender.
The after party's moved now.
But yeah,
But yeah, that's the thing with Sydney, man. The chapter's open again. Look, I'm confident though. I am confident. Like, we can get a result.
if we're going to verse Sydney in the final, this is the season.
This is the year.
Yeah. But you know what scares me? Apart from this season, for the last 4 or 5 seasons, every time we've versed Sydney, they've been the favourites. Now we're the favourites.
Are we?
And yeah. On paper, it would be favourites. On betting would be favourites.
Yeah, but
That's what worries
do you
me.
win games on paper?
No, absolutely not.
No,
that's
but
what
that's
worries
the
me.
point. The point
Yeah.
is now everything goes out the window.
Exactly.
Form, all that
Form,
kind
ladder,
of shit.
everything,
bro.
It's all
Fuck it,
gone.
it's gone.
And
Like,
we're not being favourites. We're not used to it. It hasn't been our way for 6 seasons.
you play Wellington, and the favourites tag is a bit more justified because
absolutely.
we've done the job on them and whatnot.
Someone's saying let's redo the same tifo. Let's not, bro. Because
Yeah, let's go
curse,
do it.
tifo curse.
yeah.
Let's not.
Yeah, but again, it brings up that scenario. It's Sydney FC, all from because there's been games like their Invincibles season. We're the only team to beat them, and we were shocking that year.
Oh, we were
Right?
terrible.
So it just
2015, 16?
yeah, something like that.
Santa Lab.
Yeah, it was a 1-0 win, right?
Yeah.
But that just shows, man, no matter what, that's the derby
Derby's
is
derby.
Nothing
throw
else
it out the window. Nothing fucking matters. The week after, if we get that far, then you got to start thinking about, okay, how do you beat Melbourne and all that
No
kind of
tifo
stuff.
plan, no nothing. It's too soon.
Yeah,
Short
Tiffo.
notice, bro.
At the end of the day,
Sure
at the end of the day, get numbers out. We want a packed out stadium. We want everyone there, you know. And obviously, let's say, well, we've got a super
that?
chat.
There's a
I don't
super
get it,
chat.
bro. Danny, thanks for $3, bro.
Fucking
I'm missing something, bro.
everyone.
What's Missy's?
slang or
Where are we? This
Yeah, I
old
don't
man
know,
here.
bro.
They say Misties or Musties because I'll
Oh,
go
yeah, Musties.
I'll go to Musties for a
I'll go
snack
to
pack.
Musties for a snack
That's
pack.
what I'm saying, yeah.
Bit
All
of
over
cheese
30,
on top,
bro.
bit of
Yeah,
tomato.
slang,
Sorry,
eh?
I spat on you there. Sorry, man.
So you get a bit of
Sorry,
sauce.
Danny, but none of us know what
Well,
Mr.
yeah.
Misty's going to go into more detail.
Yeah, gotta get, yeah.
It must be Cody. Doesn't want anyone to know. I don't
Code?
know. Yeah. Nah, but you're right. Hey, it's where you finish on the ladder does not mean nothing for this derby, and that's what.
That's what gives
scares
you
me,
anxiety, Malta.
And that's what I mean. This week is going to drag. Like last 2 nights, I haven't slept properly. I wake up. I swear to
Fucking
God.
hell, bro.
No, I swear
I
to
slept
God.
like a baby the other
I wake up and I wake up at 5:30 the other day, and I couldn't sleep because of this stupid game. And it's only fucking still 6 days away.
Rough week at work this
Oh,
week, eh?
mate.
It's a derby. Usually when it's a derby, you just automatically kicked in. It's a derby. You're psyched up. I'm like fucking. I don't know where I am with this derby, bro. Like,
it's
it's a
worried,
derby.
man.
I'm just. I don't know what to think, brother. To tell you the truth,
Well, it's never happened before.
That's it.
Never
that's the
met-
confusing thing, bro.
We've never met in the finals before, and it's elimination, right? There's no
Yeah.
there's no 2-leg shit. It's one time, one night only.
Yeah.
At combat,
Literally.
7:45. But look, at the same time, I think, boys, what will happen, in my opinion, we get the result on Saturday night. Fuck, we're gonna go at like the week after against City. We're going to be full of confidence.
That'll be
It's a home game for us for straight away.
Home
It's a
game
return
for us,
them.
and then
away.
and then
Which I don't mind. I don't mind that.
It's a Sunday night. Sunday night, their return league.
Yes.
Well, whoever plays in that, it's a Sunday night.
Yeah, they'll
Or
rotate
afternoon,
Saturday,
whatever.
Sunday.
Melbourne leg.
It's probably a 3:00 game. The way
I thought it was a
The
Friday
2
night.
semis was
No,
Saturday,
no.
Sunday.
Check the
Fridays
thing
this
again.
week.
Okay.
Yeah. From what I heard,
Right.
semis Saturday. But I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to jinx
That's
it.
what-
No, but I'm just saying, like, I think
Sydney
it's-
could play on Friday.
Let's
Yeah,
just go
Sydney might versus
one
Sydney.
game
Sydney
at a
play them
time.
on
Yeah,
Sunday.
what I'm saying is, if we beat Sydney, the confidence is going to be high. Like to do the job 3 times over Sydney FC in one season, you're going to you know, let's say we had match with Wellington and then we had to go play Central Coast or Adelaide. It wouldn't be the same feeling beating Wellington.
I wouldn't have liked to play Wellington, to tell you the truth.
Oh, but give me
know,
Wellington over Sydney any day.
No, I wouldn't.
But if
I
you
wouldn't
beat
have liked
Wellington,
it.
it's not the same feeling as if you beat Sydney and then go to
Yeah.
the next round. You know what I mean? So, and I think my opinion of all these kind of cups and the semi-finals and that, you got to beat everybody to be the best. You can't complain that you got this team or that team. Like, we can't complain that we got Sydney FC or we got Wellington.
this ladder-
you got to beat whoever the fuck you got to be in front of you, and that's
This
it.
format to the
I don't mind the format.
no, the format it's changed. Yeah, it's changed
From
now.
the original day.
From the original one.
original.
Original one.
So 1 and 2 have the week off.
Hang on. Oh, I know that.
3 play 6.
Hang on. 1 second. 1 second. 3 play 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 and 5 they played
Yep.
together.
Yep.
Yeah. So I always thought I was always going off the theory as before. It was Melbourne will play the lowest ranked team out of the winners out of these games. Out of these,
They are.
They are. They will.
Yeah, they are.
And
So,
they'll be
the only
us.
way to avoid Melbourne City
is
if Wellington
win.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes.
Correct. You are right. You are
That's
right.
it.
That's it.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
Don't say that. I thought Adelaide's going to go all the way and they're fucking
they playing
buckling.
tonight?
No.
Hey, they played yesterday. They won 1-0.
Everyone played yesterday.
Yeah.
They won 1-0.
Don't say anything like that because fucking.
I don't even want to think about winning.
But yes, that's the only way that we're going to avoid City is if Wellington, if we win and Wellington win.
What I'm going to say is a lot of people not a lot of people, but I'm hearing people say, we won 4-0. That they didn't have Lafondra, they didn't have Burgess. They're going to play.
Yes.
I think Lolly's
I think Lolly's out.
Scans, possible hammy.
Lolly went for scans today. Results probably won't be until maybe Tuesday. But Mac's back, so that's obviously a
That's a boost for them, bro.
boost for them.
Lafondra, big boost for them.
Lafondra's massive boost for them. But you know what? At the end of the day, I feel like they're still an aging team.
Yeah.
A very aging squad.
Didn't what's his name? Braden come off as well. I saw him. He had his hammy.
Yeah,
Ice
like
packed up.
Rodwell's concussion.
He didn't play
So
last
he-
yeah.
He'll be out this week too. Don't worry.
So he may be up, but he'll probably be in Fiji. Who knows?
But you're playing him. Rodwell's
Um,
He's in the squad.
But regardless, though, like we've beaten them twice at their home ground. Yeah, they beat us at home, but as I said, like
Oh, that
no,
scares me again, Georgie.
no, don't be scared.
Oh, thank you.
it's always the wrong way around here.
because-
I'm confident always going over there. Like this season I was. Like this
Because the
season
pressure's on
I was
them.
very
Less
confident.
expectations.
Not expectations. I was confident we're going to win over there. Both times we went over there. Just when they came here, I'm pretty sure we were confident, but you come there and then it's a different vibe. And then
It's a different team too.
I like our team a lot, man. I like our team on paper, and even when they play, I like our team. There's a style of play that we're playing this year that I don't fear any team. I'm not saying we're going to beat everyone, but I don't fear any team, and I don't fear Sydney this year.
I don't fear Sydney. I just fear the situation.
It's
the
a derby.
only thing I can say about the last home game we played them is that our team was completely mixed that time around. We had out of nowhere Colucci
We didn't have
came in.
We didn't have Leuni.
Leuni wasn't
Yeah,
there.
the first game. Yeah, that's right.
There was a few changes in the squad. It wasn't
Correct.
right.
And our bench was like pretty much all NPL.
Yeah. Something like that.
Apart
It
from
was
Yeni.
strange. It was strange, the lineup.
It was different.
It was extremely.
We're much more
different.
settled now as a squad.
We are, and I think, and kudos to Rudes and obviously the background staff to get a more across. That is a massive player. I've never seen an impact player of a January transfer in the history of the A-League.
Yeah.
That's settled so well into Australian football. It is beyond. And the guy has not played for Tunisia for 3 years. And gets a call up.
Yeah. Sure.
Now, obviously, he'll have to make a choice whether, obviously, if he stays in Australia, is he going to be committed to Tunisia or is he going to be committing to playing in Australia? Because when Milos came over to Sydney, he had to obviously do that choice of playing for Serbia or playing for
Australia.
Playing for Sydney FC specifically because of the travel.
Yeah.
Is it true that Sydney have won the same amount of games as us?
No.
Season?
You're right.
Is that true?
No.
Someone said Sydney have won the
No,
same
they
amount.
haven't.
I don't think
Come
they
on.
have.
No, they haven't.
I don't know. I checked the table.
Mate, we're looking that up right now.
Draws could be affected. I don't
Why are you
know.
looking at Aussie rules?
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's true
Here
or
we
not.
go,
Some-
Australia.
Yeah.
Where's this ladder? You can't even see the
No,
rest of it.
so let's go.
Oh, here we go.
Because this Aussie guy knows. Remember that?
Yeah, 11. 11.
There you go.
We've had 8 draws. They've had 5 draws.
Oh, so they've won the
7
same
losses.
amount of
They've had
games.
10 losses. Yes,
They've had more losses, but
they had more losses.
So they've won the
10
same
losses.
amount of games.
Yeah, but there's no draws in this game. It's win or
How
loss.
the
No
hell
draw,
does that
mate.
work?
Win or loss.
Oh,
How
But
does-
you're right. That game we lost, Yenny had a
up
red
three-
card.
three
Marcelo went
draws
off
more than
injured. Yeah, so Marcelo being there, I think, is a big plus. Well,
yes, this time around, yes.
That's unbelievable. Depends how he plays. If he plays like he did against City, different story. But his experience is just going to be vital for that because out of that squad, how many of them have?
dude,
A-League
just look at that
experiences?
bench: Yenny, Yengi, Milanovic,
Beadling.
Beedling.
Bazanic,
Yeah, Magush, whatever. But yeah,
Margush, dude, like they play in another A-League team.
I just, me, if he was just looking at our starting 11, the first thing I'm going with is Schneiderling, just straight away. He's just
Class,
catches
He
my
plays,
name off the
he
fucking
plays.
thing, off the team sheet.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, do you want to touch the lineup?
You want to do lineup?
Derby.
Yeah, for the Derby.
I can go line up.
All right, Georgie, you go first because you've already put in a good mixer.
Well, like Laurence Thomas.
Laurence
What
Thomas.
is that?
Laurence Thomas.
Laurence.
French. The French connection, you know.
Thomas is not French, is he?
I know, bro.
Thomas, bro. Lawrence Thomas, how Aussie's that name?
Laurence Thomas.
No, obviously you got Traore. I still have Traore.
I think the backline picks itself. It's just that
Traore, Simmons, obviously.
you
You
play
know,
right back, Simmons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
The
obviously
back line's the same.
2 centre backs is normal.
Yep.
Then there's Schneiderlin, obviously.
Yep.
I'd have Milanovic. Then I'd have I can't try to remember. the
Leuni.
team.
Callum.
Callum, obviously, if he does play, I think more starts. He has to start because you want obviously go forward straight away. Then
Barolo's up front, given.
Barolo, that's 100. Yeah,
Yeah.
Barolo doesn't change. I'd have Yengi.
That's my.
You're rubbishing him. 40
Yeah, but
minutes ago.
but
He turns up for derbies.
Yeah.
you know what it
that's-
is though. I think if you look at the back line for Sydney,
They can't.
he's
contain
already
him.
got them once. He's already
Yeah.
got like that.
They fear him.
They fear him. He's in their head.
Yep.
And then obviously on the bench, that's pretty much
So Amafatano is not
Amafatano.
for Yengi. You're doing that swap, and
Yeah.
Ninko for Milanovic is yours.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with everything except for I'm playing the same lineup, but I'm putting Yengi probably instead of Amafatana. Or Yengi instead of Ninko. I think Yengi needs to play in this game. He hasn't been in the right form. He played rubbish against Melbourne City, but like you said, he turns up for the derbies. He's in the Sydney defensive mind, like you said, Georgie. I think he needs he either starts or he gets more than 30 minutes. Like that's my opinion.
I'm
But
going-
the same lineup otherwise.
I'm going unchanged.
Yeah.
Unchanged lineup.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because Ninko's going to play a big part in this game, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ninko's going to play a big part in this game. I know Yengi can do the job, but Amalfitano's been a workhorse, bro.
Don't get me wrong. I have my Fatano.
He's fucking gun. I would love to see Yengi come on 60-65 and go out a tired defense and just fucking run him ragged when we need him to. That's where I
possible.
would love to see Yengi.
I just don't know. I
You
just
know?
think Yengi
Yeah, it's a mad headache to have, right?
tough one, man.
Fuck. The only headache is like I keep the back line the same. I keep the middle three the same. So it's
Schneiderlin, Neuenhoff.
Schneiderlin, Neuenhoff, and
Are you putting Amafatano there?
Matano. Hey, fucking say, I can never these guys.
Amalfitano.
Amalfitano.
Yeah.
Amalfitano.
Yeah.
Have him in there. And then obviously I've got Barella, I've got Leuni, and now I'm stuck in
It's
between.
that left.
It's the left hand side. It's the Ninkovic and Yengi problem.
Yep.
Because you need.
Would you even consider Milanovic?
Nah.
No, I wouldn't for this. For this, I wouldn't.
He's on the bench 100 minutes.
I'm bringing him on.
Yeah.
I'm bringing him on last
Yeah.
maybe half an hour.
Yep.
Or 20 minutes. And because it'd be roaring to go, bro. Just like he did when he first came to the club. His first game was against them. This is it's that hard spot where you got Ninkovic and Yengi, bro. Because there's nothing more I'd love to have Yengi on the field, man. Yeah. But you also need Ninkovic on because he's got that. He gives them that. There's that
game awareness.
and not just this, and they know it too, and that
hesitation.
rent free in their head as well.
It is, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm playing. I'm playing Ninko. Like, it's a big change what I've been a couple of weeks ago. But I'm playing Ninko up front with Barella. I'm putting Yengi on the left instead of Amalfitano. Unfortunate for Amalfitano. It's completely unfortunate. But for me, Yengi's a little bit more dangerous against Sydney FC.
Can I ask a question? Because I can't find the answer in my head. Has Ninkovic scored for us yet?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. But
He's
set up.
assisted, couple.
He's assisted.
Then read between the lines, motherfuckers.
I get what you're saying.
Read between the lines.
That's what I've been
But
saying.
who's more
for
likely to set up a goal? I don't know,
I'm just saying.
No, but this is my problem because if you,
It's a tough one, hey?
it's so tough, bro. Unless one of the midfielders was out, and then you could kind of mix it up and have
Yeah,
them all
that's
in,
why
you
we're
know
not
what I mean?
coaches.
But you can't touch that midfield like Alpha Matano.
Amalfitano.
Yeah, I can't take him out. Like, because when you do, then you're saying, "Fuck, he should have played. He should have started." Because he's like we said last week,
Yeah.
or for the Wellington game. Everywhere you look,
Yeah.
he was there. Everywhere Wellington tried to move, he was there. And he does the same thing. He does the same thing he done for most of all the derbies. The first one,
Exactly,
the second one, and the third one. Third one, he fucking annihilated them. He was bullying them everywhere. So I don't know. I'm stuck in between that.
He scored, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Amalfitano?
He scored a couple of goals from the wing.
He
but
scored
hasn't
about
scored.
3 goals this season.
Yeah. It just, I don't know, man. It's a great problem, but yeah, for me, Ninka starts, man. Like, I think we need him.
Because
The
if you don't,
calmness
because
of the situation.
if you don't have Ninkovic, I can't see fucking unless you push what's his name, Schneiderlin up. But Schneiderlin
you
hasn't really
need him
played that
defense,
role for. He hasn't played.
Schneiderlin's
He hasn't
got
played
a-
that. He
a
hasn't
anchor
played
role.
that attacking role since he was at Southampton. Fucking.
Yeah.
So that's probably like 10 years back, if not more.
Yeah, when he had legs.
So,
Yeah.
so Kev, if I'm reading between, you might be sacking Ninka. Who are you bringing in for him?
Well, someone's got.
Not
yeah,
me.
so-
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
sacking him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
so-
my point was, if Ninka hasn't scored yet, guess when he's going to fucking score?
Oh, I thought you
that
were
was
reading
my
between-
point.
Hang on.
My point was read between the fucking lines.
Stop.
thought you
yeah,
took
yeah.
one
So is that a Dino?
Is that Ellie?
just stop.
Is that Ellie? Ellie goes, here you go.
Yeah.
Amalfitano to play right back.
Nah.
No.
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 I get it.
I
You
would,
wanna-
like-
Nah.
Ellie, bro.
Last time he played right back, we lost to Perth. Wasn't his fault.
I get why you want him on the team. On
You
the
need-
squad.
you need him in the
You
team.
want him, but apart from
Boys,
Melbourne City game, Simmons played well.
unchanged fucking lineup. That's unchanged lineup. Use the boys as subs.
The problem is like
the
with the
Yengi
Ninki
situation,
and
bro.
Ninkovic one.
It's the
Ninkovic is the
Yengi
key.
factor.
Ninkovic is the key for the middle and the front.
Yeah,
He's that
he's
key.
that link up.
So if you take him out, we don't have that key.
Yeah.
But for that key that he's got, he uses that key on fucking on Yengi, on Barello and Yanni. You saw the last derby how much he destroyed them with all those through balls and everything.
No, I'm not putting fucking no. Marcelo's captain, not Ninko. Marcelo's captain. I don't know. Everyone's like
It's a
I
hard
don't know.
one. It's a hard one.
If you're gonna base the game only on last week, yeah, you agree Simmons may be not as strong, but he's done nothing wrong except for last week.
Hang on, Simmons played hectic at the away derby the last
Exactly.
one.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
You play
Jimmy
That's
H.
when we all started to realise.
For the comment for Jimmy H, you can't bring Clure in now. He hasn't played in 5 weeks. To play him now, fucking- what's this one?
Yeah, good luck. Oh god, you love the people, bro.
Surely that's him.
Next is gonna be Messi. He's coming on saying, "Boys, I just signed for you guys."
You never know. All the best, but
It probably is him, bro. Like Marco, Rudin was watching.
Yeah, Rudin was
he was
watching
watching
the
the
other day.
live watch. As long as whatever we said, he done it.
And he's gonna come and announce that he's changing on a fan channel.
Did he say sack banana on RBTV?
oh jeez.
Oh god.
Then we'll have a feeling the match will get a pen.
Nah, it is what it is, man. But yeah, a lot of I don't know if we should touch this. Do you want to touch on this?
Touch it. Oh, the boycott.
I'll
Bro,
say what you're saying, then I might
getting,
say.
it's getting annoying.
Listen,
bro.
didn't everyone agreed on the boycott? Yeah, but I think the RBB was the most. They were the most hesitant one, I reckon, out of all of it, just because of how everything's changed around for the club. Like everything was dark for us for fucking how long? You know what I mean? And now when it's finally, it was shit for us too. So it's shit. It's shit for everyone, and not just for us too. So it's a double shit for us as well. So
Was it agreed? Sorry, because I'm out of the loop. Was it agreed that was going to be a boycott?
You guys explain.
Where?
I'll have my say.
I don't know. Sorry, but I'm asking a genuine question.
Oh.
Was it agreed that it was going to be a boycott by Active?
my actor was mainly driven
Because
by.
I don't remember reading that.
It was mainly driven by Melbourne victory. Obviously we've seen the scenes what happened.
Yeah.
And everyone tagged along. Yeah, and the RBB was the last one to.
But
everyone was
that
kind
in
of
regards
waiting
to
for the
Sydney
RBB
final, or was that in regards to what happened in Melbourne?
No, it's regards into the final being held in Sydney for the next.
Okay, so it
not
was
two more
about
seasons
that.
after
I'm gonna.
this.
All right. Let me explain this stuff, and then you guys can say whether we agree or disagree. I think we're going to go back to understand the original decision. Yeah. So the original decision was obviously the league needed. It didn't want. It needed this injection of cash.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the first thing. Now we can sit here and we can argue that the APL should have never found themselves in this situation, and I think that's right. We've been through it, yeah. But we understand, and a lot of other supporters understood why they did the decision. Because, like I said, they needed the money, not wanted the money. Now, first thing before I get into it is the APL needs to answer a lot because they want to control this league, okay, from the FFA. They got control of this league, and I'm struggling to think of one good thing they've done. That's a whole different situation, okay? So, obviously, they announced the finals in Sydney. It was open for all governments to apply. For whatever reason, Sydney is the only one that did. Okay, so they needed the money. I want to get that right. Next thing is, obviously, there was massive outrage. Okay, now all the supporter groups got together, united front, and said, okay, we understand this is what we want from the APL. Blah, 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 blah. All right? The APL decided they said, yeah. It went quiet. Absolute quiet. Then, obviously, last week, 2 weeks ago, it resurfaced. And since then, apparently, the APL's come out and kind of responded a little bit. Now, people are saying that the APL only kind of responded because their outrage was there. If the outrage wasn't back, the APL would have kept quiet. All right? That's what I think the APL needs to take control, that needs to take responsibility for, yeah? You say all this stuff and you did nothing about it. Yep. We're not commodities. Now, going back to my personal opinion, not the RBB's opinion, my personal opinion is, we should go, or my personal opinion is that I want to attend any game that's earned on merit. Okay? So whether the APL made the decision or not, we would verse Sydney and Para. Whether the APL made the decision or not is we would have a double leg semi-final. Yep. Grand final, different situation. I don't even want to get into it.
Yep.
Now, what a lot of other supporters don't realise is, and it's a good thing for them, but they haven't been in our situation where we have fought so much for the past 6 years to get this club back. Yeah, you can argue that Melbourne boycotted for 3 years, whatever. But their club's identity wasn't at risk. Our club's was. You know, we literally fought against the CEO. We made banners. We did all this stuff. It takes an emotional toll. Like, we went from averaging, 16,000 members to getting 4,000 people at ANZ Spotless. Now, this season, finally, we see our old club back. Yeah? So it's very, very difficult, me personally, to not attend the finals. I understand why people don't get me wrong, and respect to anyone that doesn't. Yeah, but this idea of, and there's a couple of hypocritical thing of, you may have seen the Melbourne banner coming out saying your rep's dead. Mate, like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you're like Melbourne Victory, and I'm sorry to any Melbourne Victory supporter, is your club is one of the reasons why this club why the A-League needed the money. Your club is one of the clubs that are struggling financially. Don't get pissed off at us. Get pissed off at your own club for being in that situation. If the other clubs weren't in the situation, the APL wouldn't need to take the money. Again, the APL stuffed up being in the situation. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
Sydney's thing coming out about, we're going to boycott, but we're going to attend the women's derby because they're in dire situations. Our league's in fucking dire situations. I can't make it any clearer. Our league is from a reliable source. We've got that. From the reliable source, we've got that. So that argument of them attending the W League because the league's in dire, it's relevant for ours. It's relevant for the W League. It's relevant for the A League. The second bit, we're going to attend it on merit. Well, isn't that what we're doing? We can't attend on merit, but you guys can attend the W League. So these statements coming off.
Why wouldn't they attend the semi-final in merit?
That's the thing. Like, I don't understand. I'm just saying it's extremely hypocritical for a lot of other supporters to come out and criticise the RBB. Now, this is my personal statement. It's not the RBB statement. It's my personal opinion.
Yep.
That for me, I attend any game on merit. Full stop.
Yep.
Now, I don't want to jinx anything, but if we get to grand final, different story. I don't know where I'm going to stand there. I'm just talking about this situation now. Yeah, now I don't know if you guys disagree or not, but again, respect anyone that boycotts. Like, I got no issues, I accept it, but I can't do it at this moment because we've earned it on merit. It hasn't been given to us. Our players, our club, we deserve this. That's where I stand. I don't know about you boys.
Round of applause.
Cheers, bro. What now, Stos? Where are you, Stos?
Hashtag Malta for president. Hashtag Malta for president.
I don't know, man. That's the way I am.
Hang on, there was a question before. Go back. It's way off topic, but go back. Scroll up.
There's a
Someone
donation.
said...
Danny.
Danny.
Cheers, mate.
Is Barella getting the Alex Tobin Award, or does this continue to the grand final?
No, it's done, eh?
It's done.
done.
I think
He's
it's
got
just
it.
for the season.
That's our first season.
he's
That's
got
our
it.
first player, yeah?
That's our first player.
First ever.
Well done, bro. Honestly.
Congrats to him.
He deserves it.
Congratulations to
Well
Barella.
deserved, bro.
And what's this?
Look, and you got to think about it.
Settle down, Bailey. Thanks anyway, bro.
Only logical thing Malta has ever said.
Bailey, keep him coming, mate.
No, that's where I stand. But he's
Well, Malta said everything pretty much. He's
Yeah.
hit the nail on the
Not
head.
really much to.
Fine, I'm there. I'm there on.
I'm
there on
going. I
Saturday.
don't give a fuck. You
I don't
can
give a fuck
boycott
about
it.
anything.
I'm going with the RBB fucking boycotts or not. I couldn't give a fuck, bro.
To be honest, but no, like I
The league's in shit.
That's it, yeah.
Like,
You not turning up, making it look like more shit is. Don't after cry later when fucking ALEAGUE goes to shit and closes its doors. And you say, fuck, why they close the doors? Where's the money? Well, fucking,
Because
they
you
wanted
don't
to take the
know.
money. You had a sook, didn't want to take it. Your club's gone now. What do you want?
I think it's a scenario of this. The decision was made a while back now that Sydney was going to host the finals, and so be it. A lot of us were unhappy about it.
Yeah, 100%.
But what's done is done, right? What's done is done. It's like fuck. Okay, this Saturday there's a match,
Yeah.
and your team is in it, and it's elimination. If you don't want to fucking be there, then go. But you know what? Those who are going to be there are going to fucking enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Win,
Enjoy it
lose
for
or
what it
draw.
is.
Oh, I'm not going to lose it if I lose. If I lose.
I'm not going to do it.
If we lose, back to George's house for a drink.
That's it.
But yeah, look, Malta, thanks for explaining first of all, because a lot of people probably wouldn't have known what the background was about that. But look, my opinion is your team's in a semi-final. It's elimination. Just get out there and fucking watch the game. Like it's going to be a cracker of a game. Whatever happens on the day.
I mean, they can still go. Like, if
I hope they do. Honestly, I sincerely hope
they're
the Cove
saying
Rock
they're
up.
going to boycott, but do you mean boycott? You're not turning up at all, or you're boycotting? You're going. You're not going to chant.
I think they said we want to boycott. We respect anyone that's going to go. Just please keep the active end free. I think that's what the Cove said.
Oh, all right, fair
So
enough.
I don't know if they're going to go in other places.
you know
I
what?
don't know.
If they were top of the table, they wouldn't be saying that.
I'm a little bit disappointed because I wish the Cove. Imagine if the Cove did, it would G me up even more. Like it would add to the atmosphere. But hey, it is what it is. Like someone said, yeah, it is a problem that APL made the promises, they didn't go through it. I agree with that. But George, is you versus Spaniard is happening?
Is that on the cards? Is that before the match or halftime?
It's the undercard.
Is it the halftime show or what's happening there? You and Spaniard.
I know. Yeah, I might have to talk to my manager about that.
yeah.
I know.
Hang on, has he reached out?
Not to me personally.
Okay,
No, he hasn't.
Not to me personally. I probably keep it that way because I don't want to end up my parents. But but in all honesty, about this whole us as fans and members and all that, realistically, I'm trying to be
George. You kill me, bro.
Yes, I don't want to end up.
I've already done my
end up like my
grieving.
parents.
I've already done my grieving. I've already done I've done what I needed to do. All right, just let me be. All right,
Be.
You're the best, George.
but
You're the best.
Marco Rudin, specifically for me, has, and like he said in the season thing at Marconi Club, he did a Q&A with the fans and members.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I think I don't know if you guys were there, but I
We were there.
attended.
Malta gave
Yeah.
his Paul his hat out there too.
Oh, you had to do it. That feels like a long time ago. Yeah.
And one of the things that really struck me, guys, it's more personal for me.
Yeah, he did.
I'm taking this thing as a personal, compared to where he's been in the past. So, you got to understand that, like everyone's been saying, this club's been in this shit for the last 6 years. So, I mean, to come in and say, oh well, we'll boycott because of the APLs. At the end of the day, Australian football has been dying for at least a good 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's been struggling, yeah.
Okay. The only time that it was probably at its peak was when Shinji was here, Heskey, and Del Piero.
Yeah.
And they never fucking capitalised on it.
Yep.
Because what is killing this game in Australia is the politics behind it, but also salary cap and less of an investment from overseas to come to Australia and invest in clubs, apart from obviously Melbourne City and that, all right? Yeah. You got to realise that Australians, people that follow football in this country, and I'm gonna call them out the Euro snobs.
Yeah.
They are Euro snobs. They'll literally sit there at 2 a.m. watching fucking Brentford and like Man United.
Malta.
100% I will.
But what I'm trying to say is, you got your own league in Australia. We've got the Women's Cup. We've got the Women's World Cup in June, July, right? They couldn't even get 15, 20,000 to a women's grand final today. They got 9,900 something. That's what we get. That's what we used to get as an average, like 2-3 seasons ago for men's. So, and you got to remember, like the APL owns pretty much like 9 out of the 11 clubs.
Well, yeah.
Or has given financial support to at least 8 or 9 of the clubs. The only ones that I could say that definitively do not owe anything to any external is us and Melbourne City. And maybe Sydney FC.
Sydney, yeah, too. Yeah.
So you want to sit there, Victory, all right? Fans and members, I don't care who you are. You want to sit there and cry poor and go, like Popovich didn't really do anything. Why the fuck did you spend all that money on bloody Nani? Nani's done. He's back in Europe now, sitting there going, I'm getting paid for fucking sitting doing jack shit, right? You as members and fans need to stick up for what you believe in, what you want to do as a football club, and reclaim what you want. You call yourselves number one, team in Australia. Get fucked. All right, simple as that. Get.
He knew he was going with that.
I don't know, man. I was
Simple as
waiting
that.
for this punchline, and there it is.
Simple as that. I don't care.
All right.
We've been through. I don't care. It's
obviously them making a statement. They're not in the finals, and
It's a bit easier when you're not.
Yeah, when you're not there, then
But mate, it is what it is.
it's easy to say. It's easy to say what you got to say, and it's easy to boycott when you're not allowed in the stadium either. But I don't know. Fuck, who cares? We're going Saturday night,
That's
right?
it.
Fuck it,
now,
that's it.
I'm scared to do this, but let's go score predictions.
Let's do it. Fucking let's go. Go, Georgie.
And we can't even say a draw.
Start with Georgie.
Yeah, you can.
But if you're going to say draw, say who do you think will win in either extra time or penalties?
Yeah.
2-2 draw full time. Extra time, Wanderers will win. Scorer of that winner will be Schneidelberger.
Schneidelberger.
Okay. I'm so scared, I don't say this.
Regular time, boys. Regular time. We're going to win 2-0.
2-0. I'm going to go with George. I'm going to say draw, and it's going to go penalties. 2-2 draw, same. Penalties, and I think we'll just win. Just.
Malta.
I'm extremely
Drum roll.
superstitious. I'm extremely.
Mr. Negative.
Nah, it's not negative. I'm just a very superstitious bloke, hey. So I'm going to go, sorry, people, I'm going to go for a loss because I'm just superstitious. I can't jinx it. I can't jinx it.
That's it, man.
I can't jinx it. I
That's
just
it.
can't jinx it.
That's it. You jinxed it now.
I can't jinx it. I'm going to go for a loss. Right? I hope I'm wrong, but
So I'm
yeah.
the only guy that wants to go home early.
Well, pretty much.
90 minutes, it's over. Let's go home. Fucking hell.
Oh, well. So, yeah, other than that, people have commented on tickets. The club sent a couple of emails. So pretty much members, our tickets go on sale at midday tomorrow. You should get an email today.
Correct.
Yep.
It'll be a password, I think,
yeah.
a link to
We
Ticketek.
don't know how many extra tickets you can buy off. It's just yours. We don't know. The club will obviously communicate with that.
I saw something from the
more than
club
one.
today
Yep.
on a post. Members will only be able to get one ticket for themselves. Each
Oh,
member.
really?
Look, that's
Per transaction. So what they said was,
Ooh.
you
Going
can buy
again.
a second one, but you may not sit next to.
Oh, come
you wanna
on.
get a
The
ticket.
processing fee is $6.99.
That is
That's what
You
I
can
read.
afford that, Malta?
It's on.
That is stupid.
It's on the post. If you want to go to Wanderers Facebook page, it's on the post about the finals tickets. If you go
Listen,
to the
it
thread,
should
it's
it
there.
should be you're able to get your own ticket.
Yeah.
And then plus one or
And
two.
I'll say +5.
It's tough, bro.
Plus
It's tough.
5, but the +5 sits somewhere else.
That's it.
You
That's
sit in
it.
your seat, your people, anyone
Yeah,
wants tickets.
exactly.
You should be able to buy your
Sitting
regular
up.
seat.
Buy your
first,
regular seat.
Correct.
And then that's it.
And if you want to, yeah, exactly.
And then from what I understand, I think on Tuesday it goes open to the public, if I'm not
2 o'clock.
mistaken. Yeah,
From
Tuesday.
2 o'clock.
So
So you got
So-
time. You got
that-
plenty of time.
But that means members is only from Monday noon.
You got
Monday
23
noon
hours.
Tuesday
Tuesday,
11.
2 p.m.
No, till 11
AM.
Then there's a block for
Yeah.
3 hours, and then 2 p.m.
Because they've got to allocate it.
We have members have 23 hours to buy a ticket.
plenty of time.
If you're not a member, I strongly recommend as soon as it opens, buy it because I know they're not coming,
you
but
can
I think
sign
it's
up to be a member for
it's-
next season.
well, yeah, we're
Already.
gonna have this
The
problem.
bandwagon, fill the bandwagon up.
Yep.
Let's do this.
And let's just
Dust off your jerseys. A few boys
Get
in
the wheelbarrow.
there's a few boys in the chat. You get, let's go, boys. There's to be the one game all year. Let's go, boys.
the bandwagon's
Fuck
back.
me.
The tires are
Fuck
struggling
the
there.
audacity. Fuck.
But yeah,
Now, I wanted to bring up something that I think a lot of people may have missed over the last day or two.
been engaging, George. Sort of the umbrella.
George, is he?
Not
No,
just
you-
George.
no,
just
you-
George.
no, George.
So we got the Asian Champions League final last night or overnight.
Was it the last
Wouldn't
night?
even know.
Yes, overnight. Al Hilal were
Hilal.
playing at home against Urawa, who I go for in Japan.
What's
1-1.
score?
1-1.
1-1.
The return leg will be next
Is
week.
there the away
One leg,
goal
2 leg.
counts? Or,
Yes.
Yeah, they've got that. No?
So at the moment, as it stands, Urawa are champions right now, as it
Damn.
stands. So let's go Urawa.
And they go. And they
Yeah,
go
anyone
home.
but Al Hilal.
Anyway.
Hilal.
Hello.
Hilal.
Have they won it ever since we've been?
From that team,
Yeah.
there's only, I think, one player that played in that Champions League final against us.
Wow.
Their captain, I think El Dossari. I think he's the only one that's played. That's
Whatever
currently-
happens to that spitter? What's his name?
Oh, that's Al Sharari. He plays
he's a good
in.
player.
I think he plays in UAE.
Hey, he's still going strong, huh?
Still going, still
Plays for
spits.
Camels FC.
Still haven't heard from the coach when they lost.
Apparently he's gone missing.
I think he went Chop City.
gone,
He went to Chop City next
He's
door.
gone
So.
missing.
But I thought I'd give you an update regarding our region.
Was that it?
Nice. We don't normally hear about the fucking.
That's all I wanted. Even if
not-
you-
It's on
we
Paramount
don't-
Plus.
yeah.
yeah, it's on Paramount.
Oh, it's a bit like
It's on Paramount
like
Plus
the
if
boycott.
you-
If you're not in it, we're a boycott.
We
boycotting,
boycotted
you're
the
not
Asian
going.
Champions League.
Other than that,
Let's wrap it up.
if you get to the ground, we'll see you there. It's a big game.
Crown Plaza.
If you don't,
Crown-
fuck
game.
yourself.
Not Crown Plaza, the Crown.
Big game. Yeah, pre-pub, obviously.
you reckon?
I assume there will be a march,
4
unless
o'clock maybe?
the cops that do all that Supreme Court bullshit.
No.
But-
I think there's a
Tell
march.
no
Yeah.
reason, say we closed down the streets for no reason.
And that's it, eh? So it's going to be a big one, man. We've waited 15 years. Well, Sydney
15?
Rovers,
15,
yeah,
it
because Sydney
feels like
Rovers
it.
days. So like, yeah, whatever, 12 years for this game. It just,
Fucking.
it's a big one. It's going to be a nervous week, boys.
I think that's
Let's
all right.
fucking
Nervous
do it.
week.
Let's do it.
Mott's not
Yalla.
going to work.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Go work. Other than that, is that it, boys? I don't know.
That's it.
It's a wrap. I think it's a wrap.
Yalla, see you, boys.
We're out.
Thanks for tuning in,
We're out.
as
Thanks
always.
for tuning in again.
And
Like,
let's hope we-
subscribe.
Instagram,
See you
Twitter.
Saturday.
And hope we get this win. Fuck you.